The following is a production of WCMP Sports. It's time for high school hockey action here on WCMP. Tonight we'll see the Pine City Dragons. The following is a production of facing off against the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets. Puck drop is coming your way shortly, but now we send it to the ice for the pregame. And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's broadcast of high school hockey here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMP. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Joined alongside me tonight is Joe Lattimore. Joe, how you doing tonight?
Good. How you doing, Ethan?
Not too bad. This is going to be a fun one for us, especially because I think this are both our first times calling any kind of hockey.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I've always called it in my living room, but usually yelling at the officials. So this will be a fun one tonight.
It will be, and looking at these two teams, Cambridge-Isanti comes in having won their last matchup. It was kind of a blowout for Cambridge-Isanti, but the Blue Jackets will come in here, and the Dragons won the initial puck drop, but that one is going to go to Cambridge-Isanti, and it'll drive all the way down to the goalie, and in net tonight for the Dragons is Aaron Rutke, the sophomore. On the other side in goal is Jackson Seibel for the Blue Jackets.
Turn over at neutral zone there while you're going. Sorry, a little quick pace already here going.
Absolutely, and these two teams definitely know how to push the pace. That one looked like it might have went off of a body high and over the net, and the Dragons will try to come up with it, but the Blue Jackets, they come up with it on the offensive side of things. O'Donovan had it, and now it's going to be taken away here by the Dragons, and that is number 12. He's moving quickly through the lanes. McCall Leisure. And he gets down into the offensive zone. The shot is on, no good. And keeping it in their offensive zone that time was, I think that's number 20, Andrew Thole. So we got to get a switch here for the Dragons. Now the Blue Jackets will take it back up the other way. And here comes Seth Terrell. And Terrell nearly with a goal. And then he got Rutke on the side of the net. Luckily, that one goes awry, and the Dragons will hold on to it.
Yeah, I don't think the goalie Rutke knew where that one was after the initial hit there, so good by the defenseman to get back there and back check. Like talking to Coach Sauter today, a couple of the keys that he talked about that we need to do is play there, play physical, play with aggression, play within themselves. Cambridge-Isanti, a lot of speed, a lot of talent, and they just want to kind of make sure that they keep things going in their direction by playing big, hard physical checks, everybody back on D, selling out on that end of the rink.
Absolutely, and so far it's been, as you mentioned before, a kind of a fast-paced game, and now we get a puck that drives all the way down the length of the ice, and the Dragons will pick it up, but Blue Jackets will keep it in their offensive zone. Now into the near side corner here on the ice. Dragons trying to work it back out, but getting it here for the Blue Jackets, and a shot is blocked. J.D. Foster looked for that one, and on the block is Cody Klein.
Oh, nice move by Leisure. I think it was McCall.
Yeah, McCall Leisure. Nice move. We've already got the numbers memorized. As the Blue Jackets will get it back from the Dragons after that shot missed by McCall Leisure. And getting a stick on it was McCoy Leisure. And now the Blue Jackets will send it all the way the length of the ice, and that will be icing.
Really big, lot of energy here to start the game here with both teams coming out playing strong. Both teams had a couple of scoring opportunities here early. Goalies getting tested early and being able to make those saves and keep the game at zeros.
Yeah, so far been really good, really fun action here, and that's one of the things with hockey. You can have a ton of action with little to no scoring, and that's what makes it so interesting. Here come the Dragons, but the Blue Jackets get it right back, and taking it into the Dragons zone is Josh Sorrow. And he'll get it, and the Dragons trying to work it out of the corner, but getting it back for the Blue Jackets is Sorrow once again. Now has it on his stick was Hunter Hogue, and Hogue and company will try and work this back up the court, trying to get out of their defensive zone, but Gordy Lawson right there to keep it in the Blue Jackets' offensive side. A
lot of offensive possession here for Cambridge early. Dragons going to have to do a really good job of getting back, like they said, that back check, forecheck, get that thing out of there so they can get going.
McCoy and McCall Leisure doing a good job with their stick work here, trying to get it down to the Dragons' offensive zone, and that shot not on goal quite, and the Blue Jackets will get it right back. That's number 9, Gordy Lawson, who looks to take it up the court. Now gives off to number 8, Ethan Boughton, and the Dragons will get it right back. That's number 16, Griffin Fowler, and he'll get it down just behind the net, and the Blue Jackets will take over possession right there. Coming up the ice now is Will O'Donovan. They're going to get, I believe, an offsides here on the Blue Jackets.
got a really good outlet. The Blue Jackets really good outlet pass to get them going on the break, and then they're off and running. So they come in the circle here just inside the neutral zone, just outside of the Dragons' defensive side.
Seth Terrell gets the face-off win for the Blue Jackets, and they'll look to take it in their offensive zone. That shot, I think it went off of a Dragon player. It goes just off the mark, and now trying to get it out of the back of their, behind the net, I should say, and tying him up on the boards, but the Dragons' Griffin Fowler will take it, and now he gives it off there to, I believe that's Blake Painovich, wearing the number 15.
Nice.
And getting it up the ice is Cody Klein, and he'll put it on goal, and that'll be a nice cover up there by the Blue Jackets goalie, Jackson Seibel.
Nice little chip ahead there by Cody Klein. Got it out there and got a shot on goal, and that's what they say. You just got to get pucks to the net, and you never know what's going to happen. So good job there by the Dragons. Get it in here, get an offensive face-off, which they just lost, and here come the Blue Jackets.
Blue Jackets coming quickly. Travis Rashi. It's one of those couple ways. Bringing it up the ice for the Blue Jackets, but then a couple bodies come together in the backboards there, and the Jackets come up with it, but the Dragons now tie it up, and the Blue Jackets came up with it once again, but the Dragons are able to escape out of there with the puck themselves. It's McCall Leisure who gets it up, trying to get it to McCoy, but then the Blue Jackets do a good job of getting a stick on it, and that one will be fought with and sent back behind the Blue Jackets net, and they will come up with it, and now they work it back up the ice. Oh, and trying to go with a nifty move was Jay Zebarth, and just lost it off his stick, and looks like the Blue Jackets will send it down ice, get a change here as the Dragons go behind their net to grab it. It's Andrew Thole.
Oh, the pass just a little too long, so the Blue Jackets were able to keep it in the zone here.
Sean Brown got in the way of that Dragon pass, kept it in the offensive zone, and now it tried to leave the zone, but Seth Splitstoser was right there. Wow, what a last name that is.
Just trying to chip it off the boards. They just couldn't get it off, and they were able to, the Blue Jackets were able to maintain the offensive zone, but good big forecheck there by Cody Klein.
Cody Klein then loses his stick, so he has to dive after it, and now taking up the ice was Sean Brown, but then he lost it, and somehow the Blue Jackets keep it in their offensive zone with Caleb Wisen getting in there to keep it in the offensive zone. Nice stick move to get around a couple Dragon defensemen, and the Dragons will keep it away from the goalie, and they'll get it just back to that blue line, but the Blue Jackets will once again keep it in their offensive zone. Gordy Lawson again throws it down deep.
Jackets did a really nice job of getting their defensive out on that change there while they had the forecheck going on in their zone, and then they were able to complete their change just there. So they were able to still maintain possession and get a defensive line change. So right now I'd say the Blue Jackets have a really good controlling the momentum here in terms of keeping puck possession in the offensive zone.
Dragons do send the puck down the ice for an icing, and then the pass off the boards looking for McCoy Leisure. That's going to get out here to McCall Leisure. McCall Leisure up the ice, and he is so quick, and with the stick he works to try and get it away from a Blue Jacket, but the Blue Jacket player, he gets his stick on it himself, and now it goes back the Dragons' way, but right there waiting for it is number 8 of the Blue Jackets, Boughton. And now back to the Dragons. That one gets off of the pad block of the Blue Jackets goalie, Jackson Seibel, and somehow they keep it out of their offensive zone and work it down.
Juicy rebound there by the goaltender, and it was just nobody on the back door for the Dragons on that one. That
was a prime opportunity for the Dragons that just did not go their way, as again you mentioned it, they just didn't have someone there to kind of grab that rebound, and now a pass thrown up ice there looking for Cody Klein, but that is just going to get past him, and again it's going to be Gordy Lawson who gets his stick on it, and a one-on-one opportunity there for the Blue Jacket, Graydon Townswick, or excuse me, that's number 13, Travis Rashi.
Good check there in the neutral zone.
Yeah, he meets with Griffin Fowler. And trying just to get a puck on the net there is Ethan Boughton, and nice job to just push that one away by Rutke.
I just want to keep everything outside. Don't want to get anything into the middle here. Just keep it all to the outside. And so far they've been able to do that so far, and Rutke with a nice save. Sorry there, Ethan.
No, that's okay. Wyatt Nutt with the shot on goal, but he missed, or the goalie Rutke grabs the puck, holds onto it, and we'll go to a face-off here on the right side of the ice at that circle.
Rutke on the year 2-0 right now with a .926 save percentage. 2 shutouts for him, so 1.41 goals against.
Right off the face-off, that puck, I don't know if the Jackets necessarily got a stick on it to get there, but it wound up getting to Rutke at the net, and he staves off that goal, and now a prime opportunity there for the Blue Jackets. Caden Shabila.
Left it right in the middle there. Could have been dangerous there for the Dragons. Just didn't get everything on it that he needed to that shot.
And the Dragons trying to get it out of their zone, and nearly with a opportunity to get it in the back of the net again. It was not trying to redirect that shot, but unable to get a stick on it, and going towards the net. Rutke again. They've got his blocker on it.
Just putting it up front there, just trying to put it up front, and that one there was not just trying to get a redirection in front of the net there, but it just sailed right on through the crease.
Isaac Johns will get that block shot, and now up the ice go the Dragons. Caden Schlichting will get it up the ice, and now the Blue Jackets goalie Jackson Seibel will hold on to it and will bring the action the other direction. Of course, the Dragons here in this first period will go right to left on your radio dial. The Blue Jackets are going left to right here on the ice. And the Dragons will win that face-off in their offensive zone. Putting a shot towards the net was Briar Berube. And then another shot goes that way, but it's touched by the Blue Jackets, J.D. Foster. And now going up the ice goes Sean Brown, trying to put a nice nifty move on the defender, but unable to keep the puck on his stick. And then McCoy Leisure will throw it up the ice. And
no icing because it was on net. And good pressure by the Dragons. I mean, they're not getting anything there, but at least they're getting face-off, so they're getting some pressure on the goalie. So he's got to cover it and then get an offensive zone face-off.
Seibel will cover it up. Will face off on the right side in the circle, and McCoy Leisure wins that face-off and trying to race back to it, and him and Caleb Wisen collide, and still up for grabs. The Blue Jackets will come up with it, but trying to keep it in their zone is Gavin Brose, unable to, and now a couple sticks fighting for that puck and going back for this one. Behind the net is Thole, and the Dragons trying to come up with it in the corner there. Get it out, but the Blue Jackets have it back, and it's a shot on net. The rebound goes off of the chest protector of Rutke. J.D. Foster with that shot on net. Just missed it, and now we got a Dragon without his stick. It's going to be Thole. And now we get a whistle.
Offsides. Came out of zone, and they didn't tag up.
Offsides called here on the Blue Jackets. And
Seibel, the Blue Jackets goaltender here, 4-5 on the year, and a .889 save percentage, 3.3 goals against. So he's been getting most of the work here for the Blue Jackets this year, according to MinnesotaHockeyHub.com.
And the Blue Jackets will win this face-off in their offensive zone, and looking for a shot on net that time was the Blue Jackets' Seth Terrell, but that just goes wide. And now working back with it, that's 17, Finn Overby, and
cross check, I think, on the Dragons, I believe. Cross checking.
We do have already a Dragon in the box, by the way. I just noticed they're up on the scoreboard on that Brace Orthodontic scoreboard. So it's going to be a 5-on-3 right now for the Blue Jackets, as it is McCoy Leisure who's in the box right now for the Blue Jackets, and the other one's going to be Hunter Hogue.
I didn't see what happened with Hunter Hogue. I didn't know what happened on that one.
I did not. Well, it was that last whistle. There's only 12 seconds off of his penalty right now. So Dragons are going to have their work cut out for them right now. They are on a 5-on-3, and in this situation, Joe, I believe you're just kind of guarding the net. Right,
so you're going to be in your triangle, get a guy up top, 2 defensemen down low, and you're just going to try and keep everything to the outside, nothing in the middle, nobody coming into the inside here. Everything stays down. It just hits the crossbar up top.
Wow. Had a great opportunity there for the Blue Jacket Terrell, and they'll give it back to him. He's going to close in on the net, and that one's just a little bit wide, and my
great
goodness.
Save.
Rutke with a nice save, and now we get a whistle, and sounds like we're going to get a...
I think it's on the Blue Jackets, the way it was looking.
The way everybody's cheering, it sounds like it's on the Blue Jackets.
21.
So it sounds like we'll go 4-on-3 now, and that's Josh Sorrow.
Because of the penalty, it'll go into the other zone for the face-off. So
the Dragons will have about 36 seconds of a power play when the Blue Jackets is done.
This is where you got to be really careful now. There's a lot of sheet of ice with 4-on-3 out here, so really you got to make sure that your passes are good and you're being where you need to be, because it could lead to really odd man rushes here for either team.
McCall Leisure wins that faceoff, and a shot towards the net is just a little bit wide there from Andrew Thole, and he'll give it back. Taking it in is Kirby. Kirby back and forth to Thole, now to Kirby again. Kirby just misses, but he gets it back up ice, and the Blue Jackets now have a little bit of space to work with, and they'll get it back into their offensive zone. It's Gordy Lawson who takes it, and it's poked out, and back goes the other way.
It was a really great job there by the defenseman, just playing keep away there as long as they can to try and get some of these penalties killed off. Still 40 seconds to go on the first minor.
And here come the Blue Jackets' Luke Pearson up the ice, and he's racing back around behind the net. Thought about leaving it off for his teammate Wyatt Nutt. Instead, he will give it to Wyatt Nutt in front of the net, but it just goes off the stick into the corner. Dragons have it, and they're fighting for it now. Tied it up in the corner. Wyatt Nutt's going to come out of there with it. He goes behind the net looking for that pass back up to the top.
There was that breakout we needed, but just nothing there. Now we got Kirby doesn't have lost his stick, so now they're basically playing 4-on-2 here as he tries, and
he's gonna have to use his body.
They need to get a clear so that he can get a stick. And they've been out there a long time. This group has been out here a long time.
Wyatt Nutt looking for the rebound shot.
4-on-4 now. So
and that 4-on-4 about to expire as there it goes, and it's 5-on-4 in the Dragons' favor now with a power play.
Great kill by the Dragons. 5-on-3. Had to get really get some stuff going there, and they did a really great job of killing the penalty. Now they got to get possession so they can get some offensive 20 seconds left here of the man advantage for them. Ooh.
And nearly a short-handed goal there by Seth Terrell, and they have 12 seconds left here in the power play to try and make something happen. McCall Leisure works it, or excuse me, that's Blake Plainovich, and that pass goes to Ryan. It's going to go behind the net for the Blue Jackets, trying to work it up the ice, but the Dragons will keep it in their offensive zone, trying to work something out of this as McCoy Leisure will pass it down to Cody Klein, and the Blue Jackets come away with that one.
Both teams at full strength now.
So the power plays have expired. Neither team able to get a goal scored, and give credit there to Rutke and the Dragons defense on that one, because they were in some trouble, and that one nearly deflects off of Finn Overby for a goal, but Rookie, he was waiting in ready for that one. That one goes off his glove and over the net. Behind the net, the Blue Jackets will come up with it. O'Donovan, he's working to top of the circle here, gets over to J.D. Foster. His shot is just wide, and it's going to ring around and work back into the Dragon zone. And trying to come up with it there was Seth Splitstozer.
Dragons were changing on that one, even though it was out of the zone. They just wanted to get fresh 5 new skates on the ice there.
While that puck was up for grabs, it was Brent Keeney who came up with it for the Dragons, but unable to keep it in play, as now the Blue Jackets will get it into their offensive zone. And no icing call, as the Dragons did get a stick on it. As a Dragon falls, the Blue Jackets trying to grab hold of possession here, but it is going to be the Blue Jackets' O'Donovan who has it, and he falls to his knees, and the Dragons trying to come up with it here, and a Blue Jacket defender does fall, but no delayed penalty. And now
good checking here by the Dragons so far, really trying to stay on the bodies here and just trying to keep everything in front of them. Another great stop there by Rutke. Blue Jackets really pouring it on here in the last couple minutes of the period.
Rutke, another save. It bounces off of the backboards, and then it goes right to him, so he covers it up, and we'll get a face-off down in the Blue Jackets zone. It has been pretty fast-paced here in this first period. We've only got 3:01 left here in the first period. Nobody has scored yet, and these two teams going at it here in this section, and a conference game as well. And this conference and this section is probably one of the toughest in Class Single A.
Yeah, I was just looking at it the other day, and it just looks like any given who's ever going to be hot come March is going to be the team that goes to state from this section. You got Monticello, Cambridge, I believe Cathedral's still in this one. So there's just a lot of good teams in here. Never count out the Dragons. All it takes is a hot goalie to get going, and you're in business.
We've also got Chisago Lakes in there, who is streaky as well, as we get another face-off in the Blue Jackets zone. They will win that face-off. Mason Lundberg, he'll put a shot that just goes wide of the net, and now trying to work it up the ice was Andrew Thole, but that pass will stay in, and a nice move that Joe mentioned by McCall Leisure. Trying to get it up the ice. McCall Leisure puts a shot on net, but kind of fanned on it a little bit, and McCoy Leisure will try and get it back for the Dragons. He's in between two Blue Jacket defenders. They're trying to hold it for each other, and now it will work back to the Dragons, to Andrew Thole, and it's at the net. Nobody has it, but the Blue Jackets will wind up coming up with it. That's Travis Raish, who comes up with it. And the Blue Jackets have it. Dragons will try and work it back to their offensive zone. They'll get a change here with their line, and Blue Jackets will work it into their offensive zone. The Dragons almost.
Careful. Almost got too many men on the ice there. The Dragons threw it to their own net while they're in the middle of a line change there. And it touches one of those guys, is going to be 6 men on the ice, and you're going to go back on the PK, the penalty kill.
Absolutely. And Briar Berube, he comes up with the loose puck, and Blue Jackets will figure out a way to come up with it themselves. And now the Blue Jackets putting his body on the line that time is Cody Klein for the block shot, and oh my goodness, did that?
it hit the glass. It didn't hit anybody.
I almost thought that went off of a helmet, and a great opportunity for a goal there for the Dragons. That's going to come from Griffin Fowler, who put a shot on goal, but their goalie Seibel was ready for that one. And I got to imagine for a goalie like Seibel, who isn't getting a ton of action down there, it's got to be tough to kind of, stay warm and stay in a groove.
Yeah, right. And so, again, you never know what's going to happen up there, and he was able to stay on there. Great pressure there by the Dragons, and he was able to pay attention and not fall asleep there, like you said. So, good little run there for the Dragons, but back come the Blue Jackets now. I think I was going to say about the Blue Jackets, for many years, the State High School League, everything is based on enrollments, your class, when you play. Mm-hmm. For many years, Cambridge has been in Class 7 AA, and they have, here's a breakaway here for the
McCoy Leisure, but that one is knocked away by Will O'Donovan. Great job by Will O'Donovan to come back on defense and kind of get a back check there and then poke that puck away, and now the Dragons trying to keep it. But a great job, a smart job there by the Dragons, because they couldn't touch. They would have been offsides. They didn't check up, and people want a penalty on that one, but not going to get it as McCoy Leisure falls to the ice.
See a lot of, right now in this late of the period here, I see a lot of skates not running. They're not running their skates through here, so that's one thing that Pine City is going to have to work on, is they got to keep the feet moving. That's where you have success.
Cody Klein got it for the Dragons deep in their offensive zone and trying to keep it in their offensive zone that's Logan Kirby. But the Blue Jackets do come up with it, and we're going to get an offsides call here on the Blue Jackets with 11 seconds to go here in the first period, and we're scoreless.
Yeah, it's been a great pace to this game so far. The first time they played, they were over at the Isanti Ice Arena earlier this year, and it was, I believe, an 8-0 win for the Blue Jackets. So much better preparation here for the Dragons. I'd say the keys of the game. I'd say right now that the boys are playing the game that Coach Sauter wants them to play.
And trying to get it back up ice that time was Logan Kirby. A last shot goes well wide, and that will be the end of the first period here inside the Pine City Civic Center. We're tied at nothing. No one has scored here in the first period, so a lot better game for the Dragons this time around, as they have held the Blue Jackets scoreless here in this first period on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics custom braces or Invisalign with 3 locations in Pine City, Lyncham, and Cambridge. We will be right back after this commercial break, and I believe we'll hear a word from the head coach, Seth Sauter.
No appointment? No problem. Injuries and feeling ill don't always happen during normal business hours. That's why Wellia Health has urgency services open 7 days a week. Urgency Services in Pine City offers the care you need when you need it. Hours are now 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. No need to call or make an appointment. Just stop in. When tomorrow isn't soon enough and normal business hours just won't do, you can count on Wellia Health to be there for you. Live life well at Wellia Health.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas, when you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Choose the right divorce attorney. Spear and Swanson will make sure the judge knows your side of the story. Let them help you with your divorce, custody, child support, harassment, or orders for protection. They also handle DWIs and other legal matters. The right divorce attorney does make a difference. That's why you need to choose Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-620-7586.
At the end of one period, we are scoreless here inside the Pine City Civic Center. We are now joined by the head coach, Seth Sauter. Coach Sauter, how did you feel about your team's performance there in that first period?
Really happy with that period. Clean period, besides those couple penalties there. Their boys are talking, their feet are moving. Very happy.
And your team was able to kill off a 5-on-3, which turned into a 4-on-3. Talk about your guys' ability to be able to do that.
That's not a situation we get into a lot during games. We practice it, once in a while when we can, but Cody Klein especially there, killing McCall Lazier, getting sticks in passing lanes. So, that was a great kill.
And your goalie, Aaron Rutke, here tonight, he's been pretty darn good. He's also had some help from that defense. Talk about his performance here tonight.
Aaron tracks the puck really well, and I know as a Bantam, he played in some AA Bantam tournaments and played some A hockey, so, he's used to playing against some of these high-caliber players, so, he was great.
And what do you want your team to do here going into the second period?
Keep doing what we're doing. We're moving the puck well, maybe get a little more shots. I know we were telling the boys shoot from anywhere. We passed up a couple opportunities there, but get some more shots and keep doing what we're doing. All
right, Coach. Well, thanks so much for joining me, and good luck in the second period. All right, that again was the head coach, Seth Sauter, here at the end of the first period. Again, scoreless after one, and we are now joined back again by Joe Lattimore. Joe, we talked about a fast-paced first period and pretty good action, although the Blue Jackets, if we're looking at time of possession, definitely heavily in their favor.
Yeah, I would say that the Blue Jackets really had a lot more puck possession in the offensive zone there, and were able to get some high quality, I would say, grade A scoring opportunities. Just the defense for the Dragons were able to clean up. Rutke did a really nice job of seeing the puck all the way through the net, so it was a great job by the defense. And when they had the chance, they did have some opportunities, but I like what Coach Sauter said, hey, we just got to get pucks on the net. Mm-hmm. Let's not try and make the great pass. Let's just put it on net and see what happens, because as we saw in that first period, they had an opportunity there where they had they had a saucer come off a little juicy, and they just had nobody there to clean it up for the Dragons. So again, just I like what he said. Just they're playing physical, they're playing the style they want to, they're talking out there, they're picking each other up, and that's what you want to see, especially in a game where you played this team before and you came out on the short end of the stick there. So much better effort, much better job by the Dragons here tonight. So let's expect more now. It'll be interesting in the second period here when we got to the long changes. So how is that going to affect the Dragons? It looks like the Blue Jackets are maybe rolling 3 lines. Looks like Dragons are running about 2. So see what that looks like on those long changes if they're able to stay up with it. And you never know, you might get some opportunities here in the second period too.
Absolutely, and you talk about that shot that they had on the net, that rebounded. They had no one there, and those are the opportunities that the Dragons tonight are going to have to capitalize on. They didn't get a ton of opportunities, like Coach Sauter said, and he just, as he told them, you're just going to have to take shots from anywhere to try and get something on net, to try and get that goalie off of his set and try and get him moving so that something eventually will fall through, and they're going to have to find those opportunities a lot more, because they didn't get too many here in the first period, so they're going to have to get, I think, more rebound shots here in the second period and try and capitalize on those.
Right. And if that's going to come down to offensive puck possession, the puck possession for the Dragons in the first period, although they were able to get down there, they just didn't get it in there for long stretches of the time. Whereas we saw the Blue Jackets, they were in the offensive zone, they were going at it, they were getting multiple opportunities, shots on net. And that's what the Dragons are going to have to do in the second half. Just get some offensive zone time and see if they can create something, a bounce here or something bounces funny here or there. Hockey's hockey's a weird sport. You're always watching like, oh my goodness, this team is just controlling the play, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's just something pops out, and here comes the other team. It's like the momentum changes completely. So it'll be good to see how both teams come out here in the second period.
And you talk about those bounces, those weird bounces that can just happen, and you get a couple guys to break free. And McCoy and McCall-Leisure are probably those two fastest on the ice. And if they're going to get one of those kind of bounces, I'm sure we're going to see one of those two guys make their way down the ice to try and get a shot on the net. But speaking of defense here for the Pine City Dragons, man, they were on defense a lot. And again, their goalie, Rutke, he had his work cut out for him there with a 5-on-3 for about 20 seconds, and then he had a 5-on-4. He has done a great job in net so far this first period.
Right, and like you were talking about, not only is he doing a great job, but the defense is doing a great job. When we're watching it from up here, you can kind of see that he's got good line of sight. There's not a lot of garbage in front of him that he's got to look through and try and find that puck. So I think the defense is doing a great job of keeping his lines of sight open so he can see the puck all the way through. It makes it a lot easier to be a goaltender if you can see what you're trying to stop.
Absolutely, because the Blue Jackets have had a couple of opportunities where they were going for a redirect, and a lot of times those won't necessarily go straight into the net. They'll bounce a couple times because the goalie cannot see. A lot of times that's why those pucks end up in the back of the net.
And that's what they look like. Cambridge-Isanti was trying to do there a couple times is they're not really trying to throw it on net. They're trying to throw it towards the net and maybe get a tip here or there off a stick. And that's what they were kind of doing towards the end of the first period there. What I saw is they weren't really trying to put it on the net, but just get it towards the net and see if we can get a stick on it to redirect it and get it into the goal. Because right now, Rutke's seeing everything.
Absolutely, and the speed of these two teams out here this evening is just very impressive. Back and forth, and the stamina of these two teams, especially when you're playing in a game like this where it's a conference game, it's a section game, and for Pine City, they lost the game earlier in the season to Cambridge-Isanti. You know that these guys have been waiting for this one again, and Pine City trying to defend their home ice, but just very impressive here with the speed that we've seen and both teams' ability to keep up with the pace of this game. But like you mentioned, the second period I have a feeling going to be a lot different.
Yeah, and it's that long change, for those that casual hockey fans, that's where we got to switch ends. So the goalies switch nets, and they got to take the long change here now for the second period, and that does create sometimes some opportunities for teams that can take advantage of some changes, some hops or some bounces that go their way. So it'll be interesting to see how Coach Sauter manages his lines here during the second period during those long changes.
Absolutely, and we were talking a little bit before the game that this is both of ours first time calling a hockey game like this, so I'm trying. I usually just sit on the couch and say, hey, pass him, he's open, or we're trying. I think we're doing a pretty good job so far, but the only way you can learn is to do it. So 0-0 here after one period as the Blue Jackets and Pine City Dragons going at it here in a section game as well as a Mississippi 8 conference game as well. The ice has been zambonied. It will work back to the off the ice, and that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard with Dr. Sievers is committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Also, they're helping you find a smile you will embrace forever. You can go to their website to find out more at embracemn.com. We'll hear another word from our fine sponsors, and when we come back, we'll be near the start of the second period here on 106.5 FM AM 1350.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
It's time to start pushing snow. Sorry, just the messenger. Thankfully, Minnesota Equipment in Isanti has affordable machines to do the heavy lifting. Any size property. Toro and Aaron's walk behind snow blowers. Oh, you got land, huh? How about John Deere lawn and garden tractors? Or a compact utility tractor? Minnesota Equipment has them in stock. Snow removal doesn't have to be backbreaking. Not if you get into Minnesota Equipment. Highway 65 in Isanti. Or visit minnesotaequipment.com.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. Well, you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/getThere. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer. That signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Most Americans do not have a proper will or estate plan in place. Many of you listening have been putting off that important task for a long time. Stop waiting and contact Spear & Swanson today. Spear & Swanson can help you put together a tight legal estate plan to make sure the assets you've been working so hard to obtain get passed on to your loved ones in the way that best fits you. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-629-7586. That's 320-629-7586.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W Root Beer Freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
No appointment? No problem. Injuries and feeling ill don't always happen during normal business hours. That's why Wellia Health has urgency services open 7 days a week. Urgency Services in Pine City offers the care you need when you need it. Hours are now 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. No need to call or make an appointment. Just stop in. When tomorrow isn't soon enough and normal business hours just won't do, you can count on Wellia Health to be there for you. Live life well at Wellia Health.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Choose the right divorce attorney. Spear & Swanson will make sure the judge knows your side of the story. Let them help you with your divorce, custody, child support, harassment, or orders for protection. They also handle DWIs and other legal matters. The right divorce attorney does make a difference. That's why you need to choose Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-620-7586.
17 minutes are back up on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard here in the second period. The Dragons and Blue Jackets have switched sides of the ice. The Dragons will be going left to right on your radio dial. The Blue Jackets right to left, or if you're a directions person, the Blue Jackets will go east, the Dragons west. And the puck drop is won by the Isanti Blue Jackets, Seth Terrell, and they'll have it in their own defensive zone, and now they'll try and work it out. It goes off of a stick of a Blue Jacket. The Dragons try and keep it in, but the pass gets through, and it will go into the Blue Jacket zone. A little bit of a check there by the Blue Jackets Botten, and it will escape the Blue Jacket stick, and it will go to McCoy Lazier, who works it up the ice behind the net. It goes, and that puck flies into the air. Both teams will wait for it to come down, and coming up with the puck this time are the Blue Jackets, and that pass just gets to Finn Overby, and the puck
Kirby just got enough on that one to get that one tipped away. Otherwise, there's going to be a breakaway opportunity there for the Blue Jackets.
Great job there by him, too, because, he would have had pretty much a wide-open shot if he hadn't got anything on it. And sometimes all you need is just enough, as the Blue Jackets will work it back up the ice. Finn Overby once again will put a shot towards the net, but that goes well in front of the net. And to Two teams will tie it up, and O'Donovan comes away with it. He's had plenty of opportunities here. The backhanded shot is over the net, and no good. Bodies collide down there on the left side, but the Dragons will come away with it, and it's McCall Lazier who works it up here. Up the ice to Gavin Brose, and Brose tries to put a shot on net. It ricochets off of the goaltender, Seibel, and Dragons will keep it in their offensive zone for a moment, but working it out, Seth Terrell, he'll put a pass up to Finn Overby, but that one's going to be taken away in the defensive zone of the Dragons there. I believe that's number 9, Briar Berube, and then trying to get it up the ice, but instead it's taken away by Mason Lundberg, and back the other way for the Dragons.
I'm sorry, Ethan. One thing I've noticed that the Jackets are doing here is late in the first period now into the second period here is they're really trying to get pucks high on the net. Looks like they're trying to get top shelf goals here, either trying to put it in the crease on the ground or on the ice, or they're trying to go high. That maybe they saw something that they think that they can maybe get top shelf there for the goal.
Andrew Thole will work with the puck behind the net, tries to get it up the ice, but it is stolen away by Wyatt Nutt, and then the pass goes back the other way. It will work behind the net here for the Dragons rider Youngbauer, and back up the ice, but again taken away by the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets, Luke Pearson, and he puts a shot that goes wide. I believe it went out of play as well, or no, it went
hit the net. Yep,
hit the net.
Okay. We're used to saying that, hitting the net.
Yeah. So that will come back for a face-off on the far side of the ice.
Pine City being the home team, they get the last line change, so they can match whatever Cambridge is throwing out.
And again, you have a plethora of knowledge on a lot of things, and I just sit and listen and try and take it all in. As the Blue Jackets have the puck in their offensive zone, and got away with a hook there, did the Dragons' McCall Lazier, but rest and see, and if they don't, hey, you can get away with it. A check there from Gavin Brose on the far side boards, and still fighting for it are the Dragons and Blue Jackets. It goes behind the net, and again, Dragons Blue Jackets will tie it up there behind the net, and now the Dragons trying to get a breakout pass, but unable to get out of that offensive zone for the Blue Jackets.
A lot of pressure right here by the Blue Jackets, trying to get some stuff. Now that'd be a great time for the Dragons to get an icing here to get some fresh legs on the ice, because that was a long puck possession for the Jackets, and that's what they do. The Dragons are just going to dump it in and get a full fresh set of five sets of legs onto the ice.
McCoy Lazier will get it into their offensive zone for the nice job. Yeah, that was a great job there.
Kirby with a nice job there to deflect that potential 2-on-1 there for the Jackets, but he knocked it out of the air and was able to stop that and get it back into the offensive zone. Now here come the Jackets back the other way, but stolen in the neutral there by the Pine City Dragons. They're just going to dump it right back in.
Yeah, and it was Painovich who dumped it in to Griffin Fowler, and back up here to the blue line to Andrew Thole, but it's going to be taken away there by the Blue Jackets. Terrell, and a 1-0, and it's a goal for Finn Overby. At 12:49 to go here in the second period, and Finn Overby will break this scoreless tie and will give the Blue Jackets a 1-0 lead.
They've been leaking out last few possessions here that the Jackets have had in their defensive zone. They've been leaking them out. One guy leak out, and they've had some potential. Last one was a 2, or prior to that was a 2-on-1, and this one here, they're able to get that forward leaking out, and Overby, and he was able to find the bottom left of the net for the first goal of the game, going to the Blue Jackets at 12:49 of the second period.
And again, they have such quick skaters. It's tough for a goaltender sometimes to try and compose himself enough to get ready for a shot like that, but sometimes the stick work is just too good, and Rookie unable to catch up with that one as Dragons do get it behind the Blue Jackets net. And then a great opportunity from Gavin Brose.
I put it right up front, and he had a great opportunity there for the equalizer. Just a great shot, and just couldn't get it to go.
He had a chance there, but they work it back, and looking for the deflect. What a grab by Seibel. Wow, what a shot from Hunter Hogue, but a grab on the glove from Seibel. A glove save. That was coming in like a rocket, and Seibel with an awesome save.
Yeah, great glove save there by Seibel. Just knocked that thing right out of the air as cool as a cucumber and just kind of went over to the side. And, hey, let's get a face-off. Nice save there. Probably save of the game so far.
Yeah. Only a sophomore, and both these sophomores going at it here this evening have done a great job. And here come the Blue Jackets again with their speed, trying to get around the defense, and poked out there by the Dragons' Briar Berube. And the Dragons trying to get it up the ice, and no delayed penalty called. And
I thought it might have been a hold there, but
that's what I thought too, but they do not call it. Cody Klein will try and work it up the ice, but he gets kind of tripped up by a Blue Jacket, and now backhanded shot is knocked away by Rutke, and the Blue Jackets will have it behind the net once again. Trying to work with it is Nutt. Nutt will work it out of the boards and slapping up the ice, but keeping it in is Mason Lundberg, and we have a stick on the ice, so someone out there, looks like a Dragon, does not have his stick. So basically working, and then the Blue Jacket tripped on it, and so the Dragons basically working 5-on-4 right now, and they get a pass out, but that's out to Seth Splitstozer, and this one is going to work down the ice. Splitstozer going to race after it. Icing not called, and Dragons will get a change here really quick. That's a dangerous change, but they catch a break there as that pass goes away from all of the guys in blue, and Dragons will try and work it out of their zone now, and unfortunately, a great shot there from Sean Brown, but an even better save by Rutke to keep it a 1-0 deficit for the Dragons. This shot from the
McCoy Lazier got tagged on one of those shots there. He's limping here a little bit. He's trying to get to the ice or to the bench as fast as he can, and we got an icing call here.
So he will be able to get to the bench. Yeah, I can't imagine when those things are coming in as hot as they are that it feels good. That's one thing I've always loved hockey. I've always wanted to play, but it's like I don't know if I could take one of those pucks.
No, I can't stand on being from Minnesota. I'm not good at staying on the ice with skates on, so just I need a full foot on the ground.
Will face off down in the Blue Jackets offensive zone. They had a great opportunity with Josh Soro.
What a great place lined up there. Yeah. Got it to the backside there and just could not put it in. What a great play there by the Jackets. And what you notice here in the second period here is the Jackets have some really good skating ability. You can kind of see that they've got just a little bit of an extra step right now compared to the Dragons.
And with the Dragons right now, what they can't do is make any big mistakes, because when a team scores a goal, a lot of times they can start to get momentum to fall in their favor, and if you make a mistake and get them to a power play or anything like that, it really could start a snowball effect. But so far, so good here for the Dragons after that goal was scored. And coming the other way is Caleb Wisen. Wisen, a nice move, but an even better save again from Rutke with the blocker. And now they'll work it back out top. It was deflected there by a Dragon. I didn't see who. And then trying to work it up the ice is Blake Painovich. And they'll get another change here, will the Dragons. And working it behind the net this time is Splitstozer. And the Dragons have it, but it's going to be poked away by the Blue Jackets. Tyrrell, and they'll get it back, Tyrrell. And it's a 3-on-1. Gets into the back of the net. It went off of the blocker, I believe, the leg blocker of Rutke, and it's going to be a goal there again for Finn Overby, his second of the game.
Yeah, just a turnover there at center ice here in the neutral zone, and led to a 3-on-1 opportunity for the Blue Jackets, and they were able to get a shot on net, and then the rebound put back. Looked like it went off the leg of Rutke, so unfortunate rebound there for the Dragons.
And we're seeing, so far in the second period, a couple of odd man rushes there for the Blue Jackets, and what do you think? And then clobbering a Dragon Boughton. He clobbered Caden Schlichting.
He's going to get a penalty for that, I think.
Charging. Are they?
Interference.
So not 100%.
I think it's interference. I think it was interference because you can't check anybody without the puck. So he didn't have the puck at that time, and he got.
Yeah, that would definitely be a penalty then. So for the Dragons here, down by 2, they've got a great opportunity now with 9:12 to go here in the second period to get one back.
Yeah, 5-on-4 here now. Let's see, you got a offensive zone possession. See if you can get anything going, and just leaks out from the defenseman.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because 5-on-4, you get a great opportunity, and then unfortunately That pass gets out of your offensive zone, and now the Blue Jackets look for a shorthanded goal, and just keeping it in the zone that time was Wyatt Nudd, and his shot will go beside the net, and the Dragons will try and work it back into their offensive zone, and here comes McCall Leisure. He gives it off up ice to, I believe that's Gavin Brose. Gavin Brose will take it. That's McCall Leisure. Leisure being bullied down there by a couple of Blue Jacket defenders, and now we'll go back down the ice, and the Dragons will get it back on offense. Logan Kirby has it behind the net, kind of waiting for the defender to commit one way or the other, but did a good job of kind of making Kirby look twice, and this pass goes up the ice for Gavin Brose, and it will be knocked back by a Blue Jacket, and wow, the Blue Jackets right now on this penalty kill have done a great job so far.
Really controlling the possession, controlling everything here in the neutral zone, keeping it everything in front of them, and they're having a really good penalty kill here. Here's an opportunity.
We go. And the net came off. Came off. The net came off. The net came off. I watched it as it came off, and that's what created a better opportunity for the goal. So unfortunately, the goal will not count.
And it was actually a great backhand there. The only problem was that he just didn't get a lot on it. So the backhand there, if it would have went in, I think the initial one, it was the second rebound that kind of got it in. Otherwise, I think we could have had a goal there for Pine City.
Well, and that's tough. I don't know who knocked it off the net. I'm not going to blame anybody. But it was weird. It didn't look like any of the Dragons were the ones who hit it off the net or off its blockers. But either way, it did come off, and the Dragons will not have that goal count.
Well, Coach Sauter, I can see, is a little fired up about it, and I think it was because the only thing I saw behind the net was blue. So
that I didn't want to say anything, but that's kind of what it looked like from my angle as well. I know we've seen that in the NHL before with the Wild. They had that happen, 3 times in a row on their own home ice with the away goalie, and nothing was called. But
turnover.
And that's going to be an unfortunate turnover now for the Blue Jackets going the other way. J.D. Foster has it, a 1-on-2 opportunity for him. Now 1-on-3, he's going to put a shot on net. And Rookie has it, goes off his chest protector, but he will grab it back and hang on to it for a whistle. Rookie, that one just flew off his chest protector, and almost an opportunity for the Blue Jackets to come in and quickly get a goal.
It almost looked like he tried to swipe it away to his defenseman to get it going back up the other way, but when he swiped it away, it hit his defenseman, and then it was back into his back into him real quick. So good quickness and good recognition by Rutke there to make sure that they didn't get a shorthanded goal here.
21 seconds still on the Dragon power play with 7.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Blue Jackets have jumped out to a 2-0 lead. And again, the power play, I think the Dragons have been on offense a cumulative of about 25 seconds of the power play. Otherwise, it's been all defense here for the Blue Jackets, as Seibel will just cover that one up and get a whistle. Now for the Dragons, he covers it up. This is a great opportunity for you to try and get one back before the Blue Jackets get full strength once again. And even with the 6 seconds, you mentioned it, they switch sides of the ice, so now he's got to come all the way back.
Right.
So they still got a great opportunity here.
Kirby puts it on, little wrister, just right on goal. Seibel. So we got 1 second left of the power play, but again, you're going to have a little bit of ozone here before he can get there, unless he's going to bring him out. No. So they got 1 second left here of the power play. So even though it's 1 second, you're going to be a little bit of time because he's going to leak out, and we're going to have a defenseman go pick that up to make sure they don't get a leak out goal here.
And I'm okay with that shot from Kirby to just get it into Seibel, but he put on another shot that almost leaked through. But the Dragons get it back.
Raising wrister there that just that one was a little bit more difficult for Seibel to pick up on there.
Kirby will get it back on a turnover. The Blue Jackets had it initially, and now spinning around, the Dragons have it. McCoy Leisure has it, and it's put back. And now McCoy Leisure with a chance, and it's blocked by Seibel once again. McCall Leisure, wearing number 12. McCall Leisure will try and get it behind the net, and he gets around the defender, and the Blue Jackets will get it back, and now it's right to Seibel. And Seibel loses it. It's into the back of the net, and the Gavin Brose for the Dragons gets the goal. Gavin Brose will break this 2-0 deficit for the Dragons with 6:28 to go here in the second period.
It was great pressure there by the Dragons. They just kept it on. We were able to finally get an offensive possession and get some things working for him. And I think it started at the blue line with Logan Kirby keeping that puck in the zone, and then he was able to get it get it down, and then the Leisure boys were able to get that ball or that puck bounced around, and then were able to get in. I almost thought I heard a whistle there, so I'm glad that the one official didn't lose track of the puck, because it looked like it was covered up, but it wasn't. So it was a great job there by. And we got a penalty coming here, I think, on the.
Yeah.
Another interference call.
And now I would understand those, especially when it's a physical game like this, but you've got to be careful, because I understand you might want to be setting the tone, trying to set the tone with something like that, especially with the last one. That was certainly something about setting a tone. But now you put the Dragons back onto a power play, and you see what they did last time. They struggled, then late they got it back to full strength, but all of a sudden they got an offensive possession like you mentioned, and were able to bury it.
It was a great puck possession. Another one right on net here, and covered up by Seibel. But again, Pine City's got the momentum going for them right now. So what you don't want to do if you're Cambridge is put them in another momentum-building situation. Now they've got an opportunity to tie the game here on the power play with some momentum going in their favor right now.
Gavin Brose again was the one who put that shot on net, and this puck drop was won by the Dragons. The Blue Jackets got to it initially, but the Dragons will hold on to it, and they're looking to pass it around. They try to get it to Gavin Brose for a one-timer, but just fanned on it a little bit, and they'll work to get it back. Logan Kirby, again, got to give him a lot of credit for that last goal. He kept it alive quite a bit, as did McCall Leisure, and those two really made a big difference on that last one, as now McCoy Leisure will have it, and he'll drop it off trying to look for McCall Leisure, and that's going to work back down. Here come the Blue Jackets, though. They're looking for an odd man opportunity. Here comes Travis Raish. And then Logan Kirby trying to get it back and working in the corner there. Rash right there, or Raish, excuse me. He's right there. He's not going to give up on it, and now it's Wyatt Nutt who's there.
We'll set it up here behind the net here and get going forward here for their penalty. And here they go. And it just took a little bit to get them going in the right direction here.
And the Blue Jackets look like they're putting a little bit more pressure here on the Dragons in the defensive zone. Not necessarily getting a lot of guys down there because it is 5-on-4, but having guys kind of around the neutral zone area, which last time it didn't seem like they had that many. And a great opportunity for a shorthanded goal there from Seth Terrell. They just, again, great passing from the Blue Jackets, great awareness of where their guys are at, and almost a shorthanded goal, and the referee gets in the way of that one, and that might have helped the Dragons a little bit, but Terrell will get it back for the Blue Jackets. Stick fighting for the puck, and the Blue Jackets will have it in their offensive zone. A shorthanded opportunity here with 17 seconds left to go in the power play for Pine City.
Now you don't want to get complacent here. You want to make sure you get this puck back. Oh, wide open in front. Oh.
And then he shoots it wide, does O'Donovan, and now the Dragons will have 4-3-2-1, and that will end the power play. So the Dragons that time had about 3 seconds of offensive possession in the power play.
O'Donovan tried to go to the backhand, but when he went to the backhand, it just went off his stick and went wide of the net for the Blue Jackets.
Now we're going to get a whistle. And it's offsides here on the Blue Jackets, I believe that call was.
The offsides, it's kind of tough. It's right underneath us, so it's kind of tough to see, but looks like we're set up for an offsides. So it'll come up right outside the blue line here.
And that face-off won by no one yet. Blue Jackets will get credit for it. And now Dragons have it. They're working with it in their zone. Andrew Thole with it. And the Blue Jackets, they have it. It's Sean Brown trying to get it out and gets it to Caleb Wisen. And now into that corner down there on the left side. Trying to work it out of there is Wisen. He had it for a moment, but then coming out of there with it is Ryder Youngbauer. And he will try to get it there to Cody Klein, and we're going to get an icing. So 3:32 to go here in the second period. 3 goals have been scored, 2 by the Blue Jackets and 1 by the Pine City Dragons. It's been we've seen the physicality come out here more in the second period as well.
Yeah, both teams are really trying to start it with the body, and it's cost the Blue Jackets a couple times. They had a couple penalties here because of it, and led to eventual goal by Pine City.
Nice job keeping that one in by Seth Splitstozer. And now the Dragons will get it back in their own defensive zone. It's McCall Leisure who tries to work it over here to Gavin Brose, but the Blue Jackets get it back behind the net. The Dragons, Gavin Brose once again looking for a clearing pass. He tries to get it out here to McCall Leisure, and McCall Leisure wins that battle for a moment, but getting it back, it's Splits Stozer for the Blue Jackets, and now McCoy Leisure puts on a huge hit on the Blue Jackets, and they lost the puck for a moment, but they'll get it back, and now trying to work it back is Ryder Youngbauer. He gets his stick on it, and Gavin Brose trying to work after it, but Split Stozer will have it back once again. A backhanded pass goes awry for the Blue Jackets, and McCoy Leisure and Briar Berube, number 9, working hard out there, and get a whistle.
Got a goalie, Seibel, covered it up here, so it'll be an offensive zone face-off here for the Dragons with 2:35 to go here in the second period. But out quick come the Blue Jackets. They're going to have an opportunity here, and oh, what a save
Nice job
by Rutke.
Gordy Lawson had that opportunity there one-on-one, but Rutke does a good job. Comes just outside that blue to get that save.
You know, I think the defenseman did a really good job. He kind of trailed him to the inside, so there couldn't be a kick back, a pass back. So really nice job there by the defenseman to kind of give him a little bit of ground, but make sure that his goaltender could see what was coming at him. And Rutke made a great save.
A couple bodies fall to the ice, but the Dragons do win the face-off there and trying to get it out of their defensive zone, but getting physical here in this one, and the Blue Jackets will work it back to their offensive zone, but the Dragons will come up with the puck, and now looking for a clearing pass, but getting in the way of the pass that time was Cody Klein. I think it might have clipped him a little bit, and it will hit the glass, and now we get a whistle.
Got another interference call on the Blue Jackets. So again, Logan Kirby had already passed the puck, up, and then it was he got leveled after the puck had already left his possession. So there'll be another opportunity here now. Blue Jackets getting a little sloppy here in the second half. Now this is their third penalty, period. It's their third penalty of the period. So with 2:01 left, if they potential to have the penalty or have the power play here. What a great shot right up the middle and just missed. Did a nice job there of getting it on net, seeing if they could get a deflection up front because they had a couple of guys up front of the goaltender there trying to see if they could just get a little redirection into the net.
And so far, they're trying to get Gavin Brose another opportunity here, and as you mentioned, trying to get a deflection, but so far, these last two power plays for Pine City have not gone so well. The Blue Jackets defense has really stepped up. Oh, and we could get no delayed call there on that one. I thought it could have been, but really could have gone either way as well. Now the Dragons will look for a shot. Kind of fanning on it is Andrew Thole, but racing after it is Gavin Brose, and the Blue Jackets will get it back, and they're not afraid to go shorthanded and try and get a goal. They will try and do that right here as working it up the ice is O'Donovan. He loses it. Two of the players go down to the ice, but the Dragons do get it back, and they'll try and work it up the court here to McCall Leisure, and it's worked back by the Blue Jackets, but nice job right there. Gavin Brose, he's going to get it back for the Dragons. He works it up the ice now, backs it off to Hunter Hogue, and Hogue puts a shot on net, but it will go behind the net, and now they'll work it out to Blake Painovich. He puts a shot on net, and it's going to be covered up by Seibel. And right there, trying to get maybe a rebound shot was Hunter Hogue.
Nice. I've seen the Dragons here in the last couple of possessions here have been able to get a couple guys in towards the net here to try and get that line of sight disturbed by Seibel. And so that's what I've noticed the Dragons here the last couple times. They've got a guy in front trying to get some redirections in front of the net.
Absolutely, and they still have just under a minute of the power play left as now here come the Blue Jackets, but it's a quick one. Here comes Wyatt Nutt. Wyatt Nutt driving up the ice. He puts his brakes on. Now he's got a one. Oh, he had a one-on-one opportunity with the goalie, but he just goes high. And now the Blue Jackets, they look like they have the power play, but now they'll work it back out of their offensive zone and kind of reset things here. The pass off the glass is going to work down inside, but it is stopped. Yeah, I was wondering who stopped it there, but
all I know about Minnesota hockey, high school hockey, is if you're wearing number 7, you're probably pretty good. Remembering all the great high school hockey players throughout the years who have wore that number.
Here comes Andrew Thole with the puck, and Cody Klein battling, trying to get the puck back from a Blue Jacket, and 13-12-11 left on the power play now for the Dragons. They only have about 8 seconds now in the second period, and I think that went off of the mask of Seibel.
3, 2,
and that ends
1.
the power play, and that ends the period. So a fun period of play here in this second one, and we will head to the break with the Blue Jackets leading 2-1. And we will come back and get a word with a Dragon coach. You're listening to Boys Hockey on 106.5 FM, AM 1350 WCMP.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
It's time to start pushing snow. Sorry, just the messenger. Thankfully, Minnesota Equipment in Isanti has affordable machines to do the heavy lifting. Any size property. Toro and Aaron's walk behind snow blowers. Oh, you got land, huh? How about John Deere lawn and garden tractors? Or a compact utility tractor? Minnesota Equipment has them in stock. Snow removal doesn't have to be backbreaking. Not if you get into Minnesota Equipment. Highway 65 in Isanti. Or visit minnesotaequipment.com.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank & Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get-there. Franzen Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Second period is done and over with. The Blue Jackets currently hold a 2-1 lead over the Pine City Dragons. We're now joined by head coach Seth Sauter. Sauter, that was a bit of a different period there. Got a little bit more physical in that period as well, but you guys were able to cut that deficit down to 1.
Yeah, it was our game plan coming in. You know, they got a little more speed than us, so we need to stop them before they can get moving, and I thought we've done a really good job of that so far.
And you guys had the power play goal there near the middle of this second period. Kirby and Bros, they did a great job of keeping it in, as did McCall Lazier. Talk about those guys and their ability to keep that puck alive on the power play instead of it had a chance to leak out a couple of times.
Yeah, just first off, they're just selfless players. You know, they're smart. They know how to exploit that open ice. They did a great job moving that puck around. And yeah, we pumped one in, so that was nice.
And this game, as I mentioned, the second period, a little bit more physical than the first. How do you make sure that your guys stay composed? Because it can get a little bit chippy out there.
Well, I'm confident in the guys that we got on the bench that they're going to keep their composure. So, yeah, I'm not really worried about that.
And, of course, your goalie has done a great job here tonight, led up 2 goals. But what is the message to him to make sure that he stays in here in the third period?
Well, just keep having confidence in his game. You know, Aaron's been he's a confident kid. He knows what he's capable of. He plays to his strengths. So, yeah, he's been great so far.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Good luck in the third period. And, again, that is head coach Seth Sauter. His team trails 2-1 after 2 periods. And was a tough period there for the both teams. The Blue Jackets, they started to play a little bit more physical, but that physicality kind of worked against them here in the second period. And as they tried to kind of, I think it was more or less set a tone with some of those, but the tone setting kind of worked against them, because then those turned into penalties and those turned into power plays for Pine City. I think they got about 3-4 of them here in the second period. They were able to convert on one of them, and the other 2 or 3 they were just unable to do anything with, because that Blue Jacket defense and offense does a really good job. And Joe Lattimore joins us back again. And Joe, I was just mentioning how it was a little bit more physical for the Blue Jackets, but that physicality worked against them here in the second period.
Yeah, they were not getting to the puck on time and getting about, I think it was 3 interference calls there for the Blue Jackets. and it led to some offensive and some momentum for the Pine City Dragons, and you could see that especially in the second half. Late in the second half, it looked like we were chasing. Pine City chasing the puck a lot there, but we were finally able to settle down a little bit there towards the end of the second period and really be able to get some offensive puck possession, and we were able to put it in and actually got it one in that was disallowed because the I'll just say quote unquote net was off the its mooring. So, but they fought through that adversity, got one back at 2-1. Still anybody's game here as we go into the third period. But yeah, it's going to come down to making sure that the Dragons stay in their system, stay disciplined, stay where they need to be, because we've noticed Cambridge is great at getting out on their breaks and that quick outlet pass, and away they go. And they've had some odd man rushes in that second period that led to a couple goals for them. So you're just going to be able to make sure that they play their game, play their style, make sure that they keep everything in front of them, and they'll get some more opportunities here in the third period.
Absolutely, and I mentioned how the Blue Jacket offense and defense did a good job on those power plays. Of course, they did allow the one goal on the power play, but even with that goal allowed, their offense and defense was still playing really well. Their defense did a good job of keeping it out of the defensive zone, and their offense went down and had a decent size or a decent amount of puck possession short-handed. They almost scored a short-handed goal as well, so they are just, I think, a step faster right now than the Dragons, but a lot of times you don't necessarily need to be the strongest or the fastest out there, but the Dragons are just playing really smart right now. Absolutely, and you can see, especially in that second period when you started to see a little bit more of that longer line changes going on, that speed really for Cambridge-Isanti was very evident there in that second period, where they were able to get, like I said, some breakouts and get some quick changes. So that's something that I've noticed is just the team speed of Cambridge. They might have just a little bit more quickness than us, but we were able to kind of keep pinch in on a few times in that second period, especially on the goal. Logan Kirby did a great job. Both of them, number 2, which is Brose, did a great job of knowing when to pinch when you did. They had a couple breakouts, and when your defenseman pinches there, it could lead to odd man rushes. But they were smart. They knew when to pinch and when to fall back, and they were able to catch them by getting that goal by pinching, our defenseman pinching in. So that's one thing that that's what they're going to have to do, get that puck possession, and then they're going to have to get their defensemen into the offensive scoring positions here as well, just to make sure to keep it in and just keep it low, and then just keep putting pucks to the net is what has worked so far, and they're going to have to continue that. And then again, defensively, make sure you keep everybody in front of you. Don't defensemen make sure we're getting watching those leak outs, because they really like to let one. Cambridge-Isanti really likes to let one guy go and see if they can get a breakaway going. So that's one thing that now I'm sure Coach Sauter will go in and say, hey, listen, now we've seen what they're going to do here, so let's make sure we make that correction, make sure we're getting back and playing with that. But got to be happy with where we're at right now, 2-1 with 1 period to go, and we'll see how it goes. It's been a fun one. Absolutely, and you talk about the Blue Jackets kind of letting just one guy go. We seen one of the shots that the Blue Jackets took. They were looking for kind of to get it back to someone right in front of the net, kind of a behind through the legs pass, but it didn't work because of the Dragon defender. He was there working on the inside, kind of making sure that he didn't allow that. And we got to give credit to the Dragon defense as well, because the Blue Jackets had plenty of opportunities there in the second period to make this more of a lopsided affair, but they did a good job of coming back. Number 1, blocking shots. It takes a selfless player. You heard head coach Seth Sauter say that. It takes a selfless player to step in front of a rubber puck on a frozen piece of ice and take that to the body. It takes a selfless player to do that, but also just being able to know that, hey, this is what it's going to take, sacrificing your body to do that, because it's not easy to do. I mean, I certainly don't know a lot of people who are going to want to come out here and say, yeah, I'll step in front of a frozen puck and let it hit my body. But yeah, give credit to the Dragons defense as well, because this could have easily been, I think, a 4-5 point lead for Cambridge-Isanti, but the Dragons defense has done a good job of stepping up, and even though they've allowed the Blue Jackets to have some longer possessions on offense, they've done a good job of getting it back to their offensive side, and then their offense, it seemed like they finally got something rolling.
Absolutely, and we're talking about defense too. It takes all 5 out there. So one thing that we've been doing really well too is getting our forwards into that scrum as well, making sure they get low, get down there, make sure that they're trying to get that puck out of the corners so we can get some outlets as well. So it's been an all around. When they're able to get systems in place and get going, they've been playing pretty clean here. It's just they've had a couple of breakouts, a couple of odd man rushes that have led to a 2-1 lead for Cambridge-Isanti. So, like I said, we just Pine City just need to limit those outlets and get. It's going to be key. Offensive puck possession this period is going to be huge for Pine City. They've been Cambridge-Isanti is for the 2 periods I would say it really had puck control. Right, they've been able to keep the puck in the offensive zone and get some opportunities, and that's Pine City, their scoring opportunity. They were able to get that long offensive possession, so that's what they're really going to have to do is work hard, get down there, get dirty, just like they've been doing. And it's been a great hockey game. I think Coach Sutter said it best. It's been very selfless, play so far, and they just keep doing that. Good things happen to teams that are like that.
Absolutely, and as we head into our 3rd period, possibly our final period of play here inside the Pine City Civic Center, what is something that you look at for Pine City that they need to do, whether it's the offense or defensive side of the puck, that they need to do here in the 3rd period to make sure that they come and get away with the victory, but also to play smart hockey?
I think one thing that they'll need to do is their breakouts. I think what they need to do is kind of clean that up a little bit. When you see them come out of their own zone, that forecheck by Cambridge-Isanti is really causing some problems. So one thing they need to do is get that outlet pass where they need to be, get the puck on a stick going forward, and then get it out of the zone, and that'll help them then transition into the offensive zone and hopefully get a longer offensive zone. But I think that's clearing out of their own zone is going to be huge. Can they get it out cleanly? Even it's cold in here and it's a cold night in here as well. The puck's bouncing a lot tonight, so they just got to make sure that settle the puck down, get a nice, crisp, clean pass out, and then get going into the defense or out into the offensive zone.
Absolutely, and again, we head into our 3rd period. The Blue Jackets lead over the Pine City Dragons 2-1. We'll go back to those shorter line changes, and how much of an effect do you think that will have on this 3rd period? It kind of had an effect there in the 2nd period, and it kind of more or less worked towards the Blue Jackets' way, but here in the 3rd period, we'll be back to those shorter line shifts now for both of these teams, and how much of an effect do you think that will have on this 3rd period, and do you think it leans any one way?
Well, if you look at how it was in the 1st period, it was very even match in terms of Cambridge-Isanti wasn't able to use their quickness as much as they were in the 2nd period. So maybe that will help the Dragons be able to then get into the zone, the O zone, a little quicker, and be able to maintain the puck a little bit more, so they're not always chasing as they were in the 2nd period.
Absolutely. Well, we will head to another commercial break here with the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard showing the Blue Jackets leading 2-1. They will do all the heavy insurance lifting for you, and if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget. Of course, they have custom braces or Invisalign with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Find out more at EmbraceMN.com. Meet the Game Day Gilman, Joel Lattimore joining me here tonight. You're listening to Boys Hockey right here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMP.
Most Americans do not have a proper will or estate plan in place. Many of you listening have been putting off that important task for a long time. Stop waiting and contact Spear & Swanson today. Spear & Swanson can help you put together a tight legal estate plan to make sure the assets you've been working so hard to obtain get passed on to your loved ones in the way that best fits you. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-629-7586. That's 320-629-7586.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
No appointment? No problem. Injuries and feeling ill don't always happen during normal business hours. That's why Wellia Health has urgency services open 7 days a week. Urgency Services in Pine City offers the care you need when you need it. Hours are now 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. No need to call or make an appointment. Just stop in. When tomorrow isn't soon enough and normal business hours just won't do, you can count on Wellia Health to be there for you. Live life well at Wellia Health.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Choose the right divorce attorney. Spear and Swanson will make sure the judge knows your side of the story. Let them help you with your divorce, custody, child support, harassment, or orders for protection. They also handle DWIs and other legal matters. The right divorce attorney does make a difference. That's why you need to choose Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-620-7586.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
It's time to start pushing snow. Sorry, just the messenger. Thankfully, Minnesota Equipment in Isanti has affordable machines to do the heavy lifting. Any size property. Toro and Aaron's walk behind snow blowers. Oh, you got land, huh? How about John Deere lawn and garden tractors? Or a compact utility tractor? Minnesota Equipment has them in stock. Snow removal doesn't have to be backbreaking. Not if you get into Minnesota Equipment, Highway 65 in Isanti. Or visit minnesotaequipment.com.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get there. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
100.9 FM, WCMP. We're getting ready for the third period of play. 17 minutes are back up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics. Dr. Sievers is committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at EmbraceMN.com. Third period of play will be started here shortly as the Dragons back out on the ice. Blue Jackets getting their final words of encouragement from their head coach, and their head coach is Jared Zebarth. And I've had a chance to talk with Zebarth a couple of times throughout the years, and his son playing collegiate football over at North Dakota, the Fighting Hawks over there, and a very good running back and hockey player as well. And puck drop is down, and that faceoff is going to be won by the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets. It's going to be Gordy Lawson who wins it for the Blue Jackets, and the Blue Jackets come out flying here. Seth Terrell looking to get it to O'Donovan. He just shoots it wide of the net, and now the Dragons will try to work it back and trying to fly up the ice themselves, and there goes McCoy Lazier, absolutely turning on the Jets, but doesn't get there in time, and that will be an icing. And this third period, even though we've only gotten into about 22 seconds, it looks like the pace between these two teams is back up to what we see in the first period, but the speed for Pine City, it looks like something has changed a little bit.
Right, and I think it's going to be critical here these first 3-4 minutes of this period to make sure that they keep Cambridge-Isanti off the board here and get some scoring chances for Pine City. So these next 3-4 minutes will be crucial here for Pine City.
Bros will lay it back behind the net, and then ducking underneath the pass was McCoy Leisure. That looks like it'll be another icing call. It will, and the Dragons will use that opportunity to get a line change.
Not like the NHL where, you can't ice, otherwise you can't get a line change for an ice. So in high school hockey, you are able to get a change on any icing.
16-17 to go here, third period. Dragons trail by 1 here on 100.9 or 106.5 FM. Excuse me.
The Q Media family of stations.
Yes. Sometimes we have too many that I forget which one I'm on. But we are on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, and Dragons trying to work it up the ice, but that pass is just away from Griffin Fowler, and the Blue Jackets will get it back, trying to work it up the ice now, trying to push it back is Briar Berube.
Nice move by Cody Klein.
Klein will put a shot right there to Seibel, and again, we heard from Seth Sauter that first period, just put a shot on net, because sooner than later, you're going to get something closer and probably something to get into the back of the net. And now here come the Dragons, McCall Leisure, and he can't get it in the back of the net. But they still got a chance. McCoy Leisure, unfortunately, just couldn't handle that pass cleanly. And wow, what a move! You said it.
Some great stick moves there by McCoy there, just back and forth, high rising shot there from the point by Thole, just hits the shoulder and goes out of play into the net. So we're seeing a lot of good pressure here early by Pine City. They're getting pinching, they're getting some outlets, and they're getting some opportunities here. And what a great golden scoring opportunity there for
McCall. Yeah, and he's only a freshman.
Wow.
He's only a freshman and has got stick work like that. I can't wait to see what he is able to do throughout his career. That one-timer there from Hunter Hogue is missed, and the Blue Jackets will come up with it. In fact, we're going to get it out of play.
And that's a tough one there too, because it came off the stick. It came off the really wobbly, so it was really tough one to handle there by Seibel, who was able to knock it away. But tough, again, like I said, just get pucks to the net and see what happens. Good things happen if you can get some pucks to the net. And there's Kirby with a wrister from just outside the circle.
Dragons do win that face-off, but a couple of big hits here by the Blue Jackets, and you can see McCall Leisure kind of felt that last one, but here come the Blue Jackets. It's Sorrow, but he has it taken away by Kirby, but taken right back there by Sean Brown for the Blue Jackets. Now going behind the net as McCall Leisure gives it up to Kirby, and now taking it up is Bros. He gives it up to McCoy Leisure. McCoy Leisure trying to turn on the Jets, but he has a 1-on-3.
They needed a line change. I was just going to say the Leisure boys have been out there for quite a long time, so they needed a change, and now we got a turnover here in the offensive zone, but kicked back out by Cambridge, so Pine City will regroup here at center ice.
Cody Klein had a great opportunity there, but you mentioned that turnover, and works to the neutral zone, and now back to the Dragons offensive zone, and oh my goodness, Seibel, I couldn't see if that went off of his skate or not, but right there trying to get the prime opportunity was Blake Painovich, and unfortunately Seibel with great awareness able to cover that one up.
Yeah, the Blue Jacket defenseman, Sean Brown, tried to play it out front, and it actually hit Seibel, and Seibel had to be really quick on that one, or that one was going to find the back of the net.
Absolutely, and then a one-timer from Hunter Hogue is blocked by the Blue Jackets, and it will get sent down Kirby right there for the Dragons. He's going to go behind the net, but he's chased behind by Overby, who has the two goals for the Blue Jackets here, and then a blind pass is going to be taken away here by the Blue Jackets, Gordy Lawson, and he takes it himself, trying to get around the defense, and he gets a nice centering pass there to Overby, but it is just wide of the net, and trying to get up the ice are the Dragons, but the Blue Jackets will hold on to it in their offensive zone, trying to work it up top here. And that shot goes wide again by O'Donovan.
This is where we're talking about there in the second intermission, trying to get the puck out of the zone cleanly, and Pine City's been struggling with this. Now they're getting out, and now they have an opportunity here to do something with it. And they're going to get a line change here.
Yeah, he tried to get it to Bros. Bros just slaps it a little bit further down to help that line change that you mentioned.
Yeah, defenseman Kirby's all the way down in the offensive zone, just trying to tie the puck up to try and get get everybody changed. And here's a wrister.
And it rebounds, and the only one closest was Kirby, and you can tell he's a little gassed out there, but still giving it everything he's got. That shot is deflected off of Andrew Thole.
He's setting up the toe drag there on that one. He was going to try and toe drag that one and just slap it right on into the net.
Painovich holds Overby on the boards, and then a centering pass. Oh, it gets behind the net. I didn't see it. Seth Terrell missed it just wide, and now trying to get it up the ice. This time is Cody Klein, but unable to, as the Blue Jackets will push it back down behind the net, and it goes around, and the Dragons will try and get it up the ice here. It goes off of a stick of Painovich, and the Blue Jackets will reel it in. It's Seth Terrell who looks to get it up, but it's turned over at neutral ice by the Blue Jackets. Dragons will push it back down into their offensive zone, but now here come the Blue Jackets, and there's number 7, Wyatt Nutt. We talk about wearing number 7 here in Minnesota usually means you're pretty good, and he's got some wheels, and he's going to turn it behind the net, then pass it down back to Travis Rashi.
Let's say on that one scoring opportunity they had, Fowler did a great job of checking on that one. Here they comes the Dragons now, 2-on-2 trailer.
That was close. It looked like he got him in the back there. But Hunter Hogue tried to get it to Gavin Brose, and then he got clobbered from behind.
That shot just went high. It had it up there top, but just a little too high. Otherwise, that one was going in up top.
And here come the Blue Jackets with a little bit of an odd man, but Dragons able to get out there, and now it's taken away here by Wyatt Nutt, and it will work out, and that puck gets into the air. And McCoy Lazier will work to the bench. And
Blue Jackets are on the line change here, so just trying to get some time wasted here to get all 5 back. New ones back on for the Blue Jackets, which they do. Klein now with it. He's going to try and outlet it. And they're offsides, but they get checked back in, and Dragons now with it, trying to come back up near side.
And they try to pass it off the boards, but the Blue Jackets right there waiting for it. Now a great opportunity, but it goes off of a skate of a Dragon, and it will stay in the Blue Jackets offensive zone. Kirby, I don't think he's come off the ice, it seems like, in this third period. It seems like he's been out there this whole time. Almost a deflection opportunity for the Blue Jackets for Josh Sorrow, but goes off of the blocker.
Fortunate bounce there for Pine City. There was a couple opportunities for that puck to be put in the back of the net by the Blue Jackets.
Turned over at the blue line by the Blue Jackets, and now the Dragons have it, trying to work it up the ice. That is Henry Ames who worked on to the, that is Griffin Fowler. I apologize. And now the Blue Jackets will get it back, trying to work it to their offensive zone. It goes off of a pad of a Dragon back to neutral ice, but here come the Blue Jackets. Seth Splitstozer works it behind the net, trying to get around the net, and both bodies collide. They fall. No call. That's a good no call there.
There's their outlet pass right there. Nice
great
clean
opportunity.
2-on-1. Oh,
Gavin
he's going to trail.
Gives it to McCoy Lazier, and a great defense there by the Blue Jackets. He'll try and work it to the front of the net, and great job there by Seibel just to hold on to it to get a whistle, and we'll go to a face-off now. The third period has moved along quite quickly, I would say. 9:45 to go, or 9:45 left here in the third period. Dragons trail by 1.
And then a great opportunity there. McCoy decided to trail instead of kind of go over and try and get to the opposite side to see if he could get a pass over a rebound deflection on that last rush by Pine City.
Yeah, Berube looked for the shot. It was blocked by a Blue Jacket, and now the Blue Jackets have it back in their offensive zone, stolen away by the Dragons. McCoy Lazier gets it to McCall Lazier, stolen right back by the Blue Jackets, Seth Terrell. He's going to try and do it himself, trying to go around the net, trying for a wraparound shot. It's no good. And then we get a whistle. Looks like the
net came off, I believe.
So net came off, and wow, that was a great opportunity there by Terrell to get the wraparound, but
had so much speed coming in there, and he's just able to use that momentum and go back around, and he almost had the wraparound in there for a 3-1 lead. But Rutke able to stick the skate right there on the crease and on the goal post and shut it down.
Blake Painovich will try and win this face-off. He doesn't. O'Donovan looking for the backhanded shot, and Rutke trying to cover it up. He finally will get to it. He has to dive on it, but he does cover it up. We'll get a whistle, and we'll go back to a face-off. And
for the most part, keeping it clean in here. So Rutke's being able to see again stuff that's going on. So they're keeping it clean in front of him. He's able to see the pucks as they come in. So defense doing a really nice job of making sure that Rutke can see what's going on.
Painovich and Overby at the face-off, but the Blue Jackets win the face-off, trying to get a pass out here. It does to the defenseman. That is Boughton.
Had a stick on the way in and went off to the corner. So here comes Pine City again, trying to get it.
Painovich tries to send it up ice, but it looks like it went out of play. We'll get a new puck onto the ice.
Talking to Coach Sauter here today, it said, one of the new rules here this year is if the puck goes over the net or over the glass by anybody, it goes back into the zone where it came out of. So a little something new, I guess, this year in high school hockey.
It's going to be Painovich and Wyatt Nutt at the face-off circle, and now this one will get set down the ice, but it will be icing there, and Dragons won't go with a line change here. Won't need one. Griffin Fowler out there along with Blake Painovich.
Bench gets shorter as it goes on and on and on as the game goes on, so you're going to want to try and roll your ones as much as you can here for the last 8:49 to go.
They do get a couple of new guys out there. Looks like 3, I believe.
4 new forwards. So we'll trying to get McNutt to back up.
And
on the side.
The face-off won by the Blue Jackets again. They heavily have that leaned in their favor. Won, I would say, about 80% of the face-offs here this evening. But the Dragons, they don't care. They haven't let that bother them. And that pass gets deflected by Nutt, and Rookie just passed it behind the net. Now we get a whistle, and I believe someone's going to get a penalty.
Looks like it's going to be Cambridge, the way the Pine City bench is reacting here.
It's going to be Wyatt Nutt. Oh, and then... Yep, and that's...
I think he just got disqualified.
Yep, he will, and he was showing his displeasure to the ref, and now he's showing his displeasure in the penalty box, and he is going to be done for the night.
He's still in the box, I think, so I don't know if it's going to be a major, a 5-minute, or... So their head coach, Jared Zebarth, of course, is going to be arguing for his player, but what that young man said, that's 9 times out of 10 going to get you. So you got a 10-minute misconduct, and then you got a 2-minute interference is what they're calling.
So he'll be in there the duration of the game, the rest of the game. And, well, third period, I should say. This one could wind up going into extra if Pine City does get one on and is able to.
No, nice thing about this delay is that top line for the Dragons were able to get a rest here and be able to come out fresh.
And that's unfortunate for the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets because Wyatt Nutt was their fastest skater out there. I mean, when he was out there, you could tell there was a different pace to this game, and now he'll be out for the duration of the third period at least.
Ooh.
If not the game, that shot was deflected in.
Trying to do a little give and go there, but just off a skate, so not able to capitalize on that play. Nice little play, though, there by the Dragons. Going to be offsides, though, by the Dragons, so it's going to come outside to the neutral zone.
I didn't see what happened. I wasn't sure if it went out of play or what had happened there. I know the puck was around that area.
You might have been right, yeah. I couldn't see all the way down. I thought it was offsides.
We're in a tough area to see right below us, but the faceoff is won by the Dragons. Kirby, he has it. He goes behind the net trying to find something open for the Dragons. Again, they'll
dump it back below here and see if they can get something cycling down low.
Call Leisure will get it.
Now they're back in their places. Kirby back up top.
And you mentioned it. You said you want to get those defensemen in on those shots, and so far that one a little bit fanned on there.
And even that one, it was kind of a weird shot. It was kind of had some different movement on it that Seibel just didn't pick up cleanly.
And the physicality, you can tell, is starting to ramp up here as this game continues to roll on. 7:20 to go here in the third period. Pine City trails by 1, and Wyatt Nutt will be out for the duration of the third period. And the Blue Jackets got to be careful because their player out there, Seth Terrell, kind of lowered his head on that one. Got to be careful. Don't want to be hurting anybody out there. Of course, you also don't want a penalty for yourself. But the Dragons have it, and it's McCoy Leisure who will take it up ice and in the offensive zone. He looks like he's going to work towards the net, puts a shot there, and it's out in front. It was open, but nobody home for the Dragons, and it works back to Painovich. Painovich in the defensive zone, going to pass it off of the boards, and looking that
Klein
time
across.
Klein, and Painovich gets it back after her bodies collide there at center ice, and he'll just throw it towards the net. It's blocked there by the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets' Gordy Lawson, and now we'll go back. I believe that's Painovich still with it at center ice. He'll work it down and try and get something for his offense going.
Power play is over now. The 2 minute, they're full strength, but the game misconduct, he'll be serving that.
Big hit on the boards across the way that time. I believe that was Caden Schlichting with a kind of a revenge hit from earlier. He got, and that's a bad turnover, but nice job by Rutke on the save there. The shot coming that time from Josh Soro, and Rutke was ready for it.
Yeah, tough turnover right in front of the net there by the Dragons, and luckily Rutke was there to make the save, but yeah, that was a dangerous one there with 6:03 left to go here in the third period.
And it has been this one kind of looks like it's gone back to the first period feel, although the pace seems a little bit faster, but it kind of feels like that first period all over again, where they're kind of just feeling each other out, not able to get anything real clean of a shot going. But again, the pace definitely has stepped up a lot here in the third period. Of course, the Dragons trying to get that one goal back to tie this game up. That time with it, trying to clear it out, is Caleb Wisen. He will, and the Dragons will try and get it out, but the Blue Jackets hold it into their offensive. So Wisen has it, nearly had it, and then a one-timer goes off, and it goes in. And I don't know if that was deflected or not, but Luke Pearson threw it towards the net, and I believe it was deflected maybe down there by Wisen.
I think it hit Rutke and then just kind of butterflied in behind him, too. Kind of hit him on the shoulder and kind of went up and around. From what I could see, it was kind of happened fast there, but it was unfortunate for the Dragons.
Wisen leading the fist bumps there, and usually leader is the one who they say gets the goal. So we'll say Wisen for now until we hear different. But that was just a great job by then. Luke Pearson got it as the defenseman, and he threw it on net, and then Wisen finished the job there. No, they are going to give it to 29. So they will say it's Luke Pearson with the goal.
Sorrow with the assist.
And it's going to be 3-1 in favor of the Blue Jackets.
And 11.
3-1 and whistle here. And
I didn't like the number 11 there for Cambridge-Isanti came in and kind of Seth Terrell kind of gave a little ice shower there, a little spray.
Yeah, I could hear Seth
not
Sauter.
Appreciated.
Yeah, Seth Sauter was saying something. And a lot of times, that's just something to, hey, I'm here and, gotta watch out for me. But a lot of times that can boost a team's fire. That can work against you sometimes, because the Dragons can then look at that and go, okay, you disrespected our goalie. Now we're going to come back even harder. But 4:45 to go. The Dragons are running out of time. Nice hit there from the Dragons. Hunter Hogue making them pay for that ice shower that you mentioned, Joe. And the Dragons have some work to do, down by 2 with 4.5 minutes to go. But here come the Blue Jackets again, trying to get it out in front. That time was Finn Overby to Mason Lundberg, but it goes just past the net, and Blue Jackets will keep it in their offensive zone, looking for a shot on goal as Pearson again, but he fans on it, and it will go into the corner back behind the net this time.
Right out in front here. Oh, boy.
Overby, and
good job by the D there to knock him out. They got him right out of the play there. Number 17 now back in front, doing a really nice hit the pipe. Yeah, 17 for Cambridge-Isanti is doing a really nice job of playing Finn Overby, just playing right in front of the net there and trying to cause some chaos up front, which he has been able to do. But you can really see right now, Cambridge-Isanti's really got a little extra step right now, and Pine City's really fighting it, and hopefully get a goal here, and that'll help get a little bit more pep. Oh, here's a nice.
McCall Leisure fanned on it. Gavin Brose initially got it blocked, and then McCall Leisure fanned on it, and now the other way come the Blue Jackets. It's Overby again. He has 2 goals, looking for the hat trick. He can't get it that time, and it'll go awry from the teammate he wanted, and the Dragons trying to work it out here with under 3.5 to go in this third period. Blue Jackets lead 3-1, and He will take a shot from the top. No good. It was blocked by a Dragon player once again. And again, selfless play by the Dragons.
And knocked behind the net there. Safe place back there. And now they're going to do a quick line change here. And both teams will. And Cambridge now get some fresh skates on the ice. And Pine City just trying to get it out. They've been working a lot in their defensive zone and just can't seem to chip it out or get a good clean break coming out of their defensive zone here. It's been a struggle here the last minute.
Yeah, and after that last goal, that's really when this pressure has started. Right before that last goal, the Blue Jackets were just getting a healthy amount of time in their offensive zone, and bodies flying all over the ice right now for both squads, and that shot is blocked there by number 16 Griffin Fowler, and he will get it, and now down with it is Cody Klein, but he has it stolen away by the Blue Jackets. And right now, yeah, you mentioned it, the Blue Jackets right now just seem to have kind of an extra step, especially after that last goal. And
if they could get offensive zone possession here, they could get Rutke out and get a 6-on-5, because we got less than 2 minutes to go here in the third period, and just the pressure by Cambridge-Isanti here has just been intense here. Now going on the last 2 minutes, just cannot get a breakout here for Pine City.
And Cambridge-Isanti doing a good job still, and that pass just in front of Painovich, trying to get it to Bros, but he keeps it inside their offensive zone. Now Painovich puts a shot on net. It just goes wide, and Kirby will come up with it. That's going to go high. He got a little too much underneath it, and the Blue Jackets will try and work it back down. We dipped under 1.5 to go, so the Dragons, surprised they didn't try and take out Rutke there on that one.
Rutke was he was creeping out of the crease there, but then lost possession, so he had to get back into the goal.
Well, here come the Blue Jackets. It's Soro, and he looks for the pass. That's just a great job there. The pass to Caleb Wisen from Sean Brown. There's not much you can do about that one.
No, just a great, and you can kind of see they were Pine City was just trying to desperately get the puck out of their zone, and when they finally did, they kind of were long shift trying to get off the ice and just could not get the possession. Rutke couldn't get out of the net, and then a quick out pass by the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets leads to a nice little pass across the blue, and it becomes a 4-1 lead now for Cambridge-Isanti with under 1 minute to go.
Now, we've seen a lot of crazy things happen, so I'm not going to say it's over quite yet, but 45 seconds to go, and how well the Blue Jackets have controlled the puck in the offensive zone. That will probably do it for this one. Maybe the Dragons can add a goal just to make it a little bit more respectable. Of course, they've played well here tonight. They've got to be happy with how they played. Of course, it's going to sting for a little bit losing twice to Cambridge-Isanti, but just based on how they've played here tonight, they've got to be pleased with their performance.
Think about it, too. So Tuesday night, St. Cloud Cathedral came in here. Good team. Went up to Hermantown and lost 4-1. So, again, kind of a tough one there, but came back, I would say, strong tonight. Played a very good team game tonight. Met a better team. Sometimes that's how it goes. You just the better team wins, and that's what I think happened tonight. They just got better skaters, and that's the final horn, and it'll be 4-1. Cambridge-Isanti will pick up a win, and I believe get back to 500 on the season, while the Pine City will, I think, fall to 500 or just one game under 500. We'll check that out as we go.
Of course, we'll come back with our Nichols Cafe player of the game, as well as a word from head coach Seth Sauter, and we'll take a commercial break, and we'll be right back here on WCMP.
Most Americans do not have a proper will or estate plan in place. Many of you listening have been putting off that important task for a long time. Stop waiting and contact Spear & Swanson today. Spear & Swanson can help you put together a tight legal estate plan to make sure the assets you've been working so hard to obtain get passed on to your loved ones in the way that best fits you. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-629-7586. That's 320-629-7586.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
No appointment? No problem. Injuries and feeling ill don't always happen during normal business hours. That's why Wellia Health has urgency services open 7 days a week. Urgency Services in Pine City offers the care you need when you need it. Hours are now 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. No need to call or make an appointment. Just stop in. When tomorrow isn't soon enough and normal business hours just won't do, you can count on Wellia Health to be there for you. Live life well at Wellia Health.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Choose the right divorce attorney. Spear and Swanson will make sure the judge knows your side of the story. Let them help you with your divorce, custody, child support, harassment, or orders for protection. They also handle DWIs and other legal matters. The right divorce attorney does make a difference. That's why you need to choose Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-620-7586.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
It's time to start pushing snow. Sorry, just the messenger. Thankfully, Minnesota Equipment in Isanti has affordable machines to do the heavy lifting. Any size property. Toro and Aaron's walk behind snow blowers. Oh, you got land, huh? How about John Deere lawn and garden tractors? Or a compact utility tractor? Minnesota Equipment has them in stock. Snow removal doesn't have to be backbreaking. Not if you get into Minnesota Equipment. Highway 65 in Isanti. Or visit minnesotaequipment.com.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank & Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get there. Franzen Bank & Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we're back at Pine City Ice Arena here. Final score, Cambridge-Isanti 4, Pine City 1. We've got Coach Seth Sauter up here in the crow's nest with us. Coach, tell us about the game. What did you like? What did you see? What are some things that we have to work on? Quick turnaround playing Moose Lake tomorrow here right away.
Really happy with the boys' effort tonight. I really don't know what else to say. They played a great, clean, hard game. It was 2-1 until really late there. They got a couple late ones, but obviously we want to get the W. The winner of that game was getting second place in the Mississippi 8. So, but really great effort tonight. Yeah,
Mississippi 8 Conference, a little bit of up, kind of went uptown here in the last couple of years going into that conference from what we've been in previously. Really top heavy, a lot of tough teams up there, and competing day in and day out against those teams, it's only going to make us better for the playoffs.
Absolutely. I mean, you got, especially Monticello's, Cambridge is one, Princeton, Chisago, those are some big schools, and I know Cambridge and Monticello and Chisago, they play some AA teams. So for us to put that effort that we did out there tonight, missing a couple key players, was really nice.
So keys for this game we talked about a little bit. Now a short turnaround. What for tomorrow? It looks like we got a 3 o'clock puck drop. What do you tell the boys? What do you do to get ready for a quick turnaround like this?
Well, get home, get some rest, get some good breakfast in them tomorrow, and come ready to face the Moose Lake Rebels tomorrow.
Perfect. Well, Coach, thank you so much for coming up tonight. We appreciate it. Tough loss, but from what we saw up here, it was a great play on the ice, and we're happy to be here and call it for you.
Thank you, Joel.
Take care. That was head coach Seth Sauter for the Pine City Dragons. Pine City drops this one 4-1 tonight to the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets, and like Coach Sauter said, lots of positives to take out of this game. Nothing to hang your head about, playing a very tough, physical, fast Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets. Well, we're going to take a little bit of a commercial break here. When we come back, we'll have our Pine City Dragon Player of the Game presented by Nichols Cafe on
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh
WCMP.
Most Americans do not have a proper will or estate plan in place. Many of you listening have been putting off that important task for a long time. Stop waiting and contact Spear & Swanson today. Spear & Swanson can help you put together a tight legal estate plan to make sure the assets you've been working so hard to obtain get passed on to your loved ones in the way that best fits you. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-629-7586. That's 320-629-7586.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W Root Beer Freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
No appointment? No problem. Injuries and feeling ill don't always happen during normal business hours. That's why Wellia Health has urgency services open 7 days a week. Urgency Services in Pine City offers the care you need when you need it. Hours are now 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. No need to call or make an appointment. Just stop in. When tomorrow isn't soon enough and normal business hours just won't do, you can count on Wellia Health to be there for you. Live life well at Wellia Health.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Choose the right divorce attorney. Spear & Swanson will make sure the judge knows your side of the story. Let them help you with your divorce, custody, child support, harassment, or orders for protection. They also handle DWIs and other legal matters. The right divorce attorney does make a difference. That's why you need to choose Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-620-7586.
And welcome back to Pine City Ice Arena here on 106.5 WCMP. I'm joined tonight by the player of the game, goaltender Aaron Rutke. Thanks for joining us, Aaron.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Aaron, goaltender here tonight. Come up a little short. Tell us about how it went out there tonight for you and the Dragons.
Good effort by the boys out there. Just took a couple unlucky bounces. That's all.
It looked like you were seeing the puck really well tonight. It looked like the defense was really helping out there, making sure that you had clean shooting lanes to see through. And tell us a little bit about that. How did that go for you?
Yeah, the second and third was good. The first period was a little bit rocky. Couldn't see very well there, but the rest of the game was good.
Got cleaned up a little bit there for you, huh? Nice. Going into now, of course, drop this one here. Tough, physical, speedy. Cambridge-Isanti. What do you take out of this game as a goaltender? What do you take out of this? What do you learn from this, and what do you hope to bring to your game the next time you're in the net?
Just need to watch out for those speedy guys. They come down the ice pretty fast, so you just need to react very quickly to those speed guys.
All right, perfect. Well, Aaron, we appreciate you coming up here. It was fun to watch you in net. You did a great job down there, and we wish you nothing but the best going forward. So for your efforts tonight, you're going to get the Nichols Cafe Player of the Game. So here you go. Congratulations, Aaron, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, that was Aaron Rutke, our it's Nichols Cafe. Sorry, Grant. Nichols Cafe Player of the Game, Aaron Rutke at the goaltender. Did a really nice job in net for us, and a really nice interview. You know, you put these kids on the spot, and you don't know how they're going to say or what to do. So we appreciate having them come up and give us a few words about what happened in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's so tough to come up after you lose a tough game like this, especially as a goaltender. But we appreciate that they take the time out of their night to come up and do this. It's great for us, and we love giving them the recognition.
That's the one thing I like about Q Media Group, WCMP, KBEK, is we really get out into the East Central here in Minnesota, where you don't get a lot of coverage, because you're in between Duluth or Minneapolis, St. Paul. Yeah. So our kids don't get a lot of recognition. So I just think it's great that we're able to provide some of that for our kids and give out players of the games to what I thought was a great job by Aaron Rutke tonight. Saw a lot of pucks, stopped a lot of pucks, had some unlucky bounces here or there, but overall I thought he did a really nice job in net tonight.
Yeah, he really did, and you talk about him seeing the puck so well, and you got to give credit to the defense helping him out with that. But again, like he said, just a couple of unlucky bounces here tonight, and that's really what it was. And you take away those 2 goals that they scored here in the third period, and it's a 2-1 game, and I think you got to look at it more or less as a 2-1 game, because those 2 goals in the third were probably the toughest goals that you'll see for Rutke all year to try and stop. And I mean, the one pass was just I don't know if anyone is going to stop that kind of a shot. But yeah, a great performance in net tonight for Rutke.
Yeah, and the fourth goal, there's nothing you can do about that. You just tip your hat and say, hey, that was a heck of a goal. We're going to go back again and try and get the next one. But yeah, that was a great performance tonight by Rutke. And that doesn't, like you said, show on the scoreboard, but it was a good, clean, crisp high school hockey game, and that's what we love in the state of hockey.
Absolutely, and we've talked with Sauter before how sometimes that they get a little too involved with the penalties, but here tonight they played a really clean game. I think they only had 1 or 2, and that came in the second period, but other than that, that was it, and they played a really good game here tonight, and I don't think there's much more that they could have done better. I know there's little things that we can look at and say, well, they need to get better at certain things, but in this game-wise, I don't think there's too much more that they could have done. They played a really good game, or tough team here tonight, but if these 2 teams were to meet in the playoffs, I don't think that this one doesn't go the other way.
Yeah, it'll be a heck of a playoff game when if they get to play again in the playoffs. Absolutely.
Yeah, and as we take a look at their schedule coming up here, they've got a couple that will be in the Mississippi 8. In fact, 4 of their next 5 will be in the Mississippi 8. Tomorrow, of course, they play against the Moose Lake area. And then after that, it's Mora, Princeton, Chisago Lakes, and Northern Edge, all in the Mississippi 8 Conference. And 3 of those 4 will be, a couple of those will be at home, 2 of them against Chisago Lakes and Northern Edge. So right after tomorrow, Moose Lake, a game in which we feel like they should have a good chance to win. You come back and you play Moose Lake next Tuesday, and you play again on Thursday on the road against Princeton. So 2 away games next week against 2 pretty darn good teams, physical teams as well. And it'll be the first time that they will play Mora this year, and the second time they will play Princeton. They got a 5-4 victory over Princeton back in beginning of December. So I think those are 2 big games coming up for Pine City after dropping this one here tonight to try and get back on track, especially the first time you'll be playing Mora this season. That's always a very fun, physical game because it's a rivalry, and those 2 teams, they do not like each other.
That's correct. Yeah, a lot of animosity between those 2 teams. Good, fun high school, but it's a rivalry game for both schools, so it'll be good games for them. Again, get right back into the Mississippi 8 Conference schedule. They're still second, maybe third, maybe second place on the line here as you go finish out the season.
Yeah, absolutely, as well as some of these games will be section games. I believe Princeton and Mora are in their section as well as Northern Edge. So you've got 3 out of their next 5 opponents are going to be section opponents as well. So there's a lot on the line here in the next 2 weeks for Pine City. Of course, they will wrap this week up tomorrow at home against Moose Lake, and then 2 games next week, and then the next week 3 games, as they will have Princeton on the road, Chisago Lakes, and Northern Edge before, actually it looks like, yes, 3, and then they'll have River Lakes on the road as well. But again, the final here in this one, the Pine City Dragons do fall to the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets 4-1. Joe, any final thoughts here for this game?
I just think that it was the scoreboard. The score doesn't really reflect how close the game was when it came right down to it. It was good to get out here and see some high school hockey, and it was a fun game to call and to watch. So.
Absolutely, and we want to thank all of you who tuned in here tonight, whether you were watching this on our YouTube via our website, wcmpradio.com. If you're watching on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. That way you're notified anytime we go live with any local sporting event that we have on the airwaves. Of course, if you're listening on the radio, thank you so much as well. If you're not listening or watching, we don't have a reason to be out here, so thanks so much for tuning in. Of course, as always, thanks to all of our fine sponsors who sponsor this broadcast. If it weren't for them, we don't have the ability to come out here, so thank you so much to them for sponsoring our broadcast. Make sure to give them some love as well, just to say, hey, we heard your ad, thanks for sponsoring, and so they will continue to sponsor us so that we can come out here and broadcast these games. Again, want to thank head coach Seth Sauter and our player of the game, Aaron Rutke, the Nichols Cafe player of the game, Aaron Rutke, for joining us as well. And of course, don't forget to tune in to the morning shows on 95.5 FM KBEK for your local sports updates on 95.5 at 7:30 and 8:30, and then on 100.9 FM at 7:45 and 8:45 with Joshua Miron. Again, this one, the Blue Jackets get the victory 4-1 over the Pine City Dragons, and that it was Joe Lattimore. I want to thank him so much for joining me here tonight, and I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Again, the final here in this one, the Dragons 1, the Blue Jackets 4. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. That was Joe Lattimore. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night.